Welcome to the Great Channels in Virginia. You can hike out to this maze-like system of sandstone crevices and boulders in just a few hours on this out and back type trail. Hey travel friends, it's Stoof here from Travel SzN. In October, we had the opportunity to do this hike, the Great Channels Trail in Western Virginia. Not West Virginia, but the western side of Virginia. In this video, I'll show you some need-to-know information about this hike. I'll also show you the route that we took and what the conditions looked like during our hike in October. As always, if you enjoy travel and nature-related content, please consider subscribing to our channel for more travel adventures. Okay, so I'm going to start this out by saying that parking is very limited at this trail. There are 10 numbered parking spots, and if all of the numbered parking places are taken, then you can't park here. And there isn't anywhere to park nearby. There are a bunch of no parking signs along the narrow winding path that surround this parking area. We did this trail on a Friday afternoon, and the lot was full. There was a bit of space on the end of the lot, but all the numbered spots were taken, and a ranger was sitting in his truck parked at the trailhead, so we didn't feel like risking it by trying to park there because he could clearly see us, and we didn't want to get ticketed or towed while we were out hiking. While we were trying to make a plan B, a couple was finishing up their hike and coming back down the hill to their vehicle. As soon as they backed out, we just parked right in their spot, and another car was coming up the road to try to come and do this trail, and they then had to wait and they weren't able to get a parking spot. If you're trying to do this hike on a weekend or in the summer months, I recommend getting there by 7 a.m. or have a backup plan to visit a nearby waterfall or the nearby town of Abingdon, Virginia, which is about 35 minutes away, for a couple of hours, and then come back to the trail to try your luck again for a parking spot later. This hike is 6.4 miles out and back from that parking lot, and it takes around 3.5 to 4.5 hours to complete, depending on how much time you spend at the actual channels. If you don't want to make a plan B, then your best bet is just to get there early in the morning or to do this hike on a weekday. So once you successfully park your vehicle in one of those numbered spots, the hike begins uphill along Raven Ridge Road, which is basically just a gravel one-way path that heads through the forest and up the hill. About a half mile into the hike, you'll come to the first small opening. There's a clearing that provides a view of the vista looking south, and it's a pretty nice view, but you're going to have better views, so take a little look and then keep on hiking. Once you make it about 1 mile into your hike, on the right-hand side, you'll see a series of cabins that are privately owned. You'll continue walking along the road past the cabins, and you'll come to another junction where the road ends and it becomes a bit more narrow of a trail. And you'll continue along this path, which is on a steep hillside. You'll get some views looking out to the south, out at the vistas and ridge lines. You'll also get some beautiful views of the forest around you. This hike was incredible in mid-October on a sunny day. The leaves were changing colors, and it was very peaceful. About 2.3 miles into the hike, you're starting to see some sandstone outcroppings along the trail. You're also making your way through a beautiful rhododendron forest, which I can imagine is absolutely stunning in the spring and summer months when those rhododendron flowers are blooming. It's still beautiful year-round as the leaves stay on the trees. About 2.8 miles in, the trail becomes less steep. It isn't overly steep to begin with, but it gets a little less steep, starts to level out a bit, and you'll start to have some vista views. You'll continue hiking, you'll make your way around a bend through some more rhododendrons, and then you'll come to Middle Knob. From here, you'll see an unmarked split in the trail that goes straight and then veers to the left, or you could veer to the right towards the fire tower. I recommend first going straight and then veering to that left there, because there is a gorgeous scenic vista with a bunch of exposed boulders that you can walk out onto to take in those 360-degree views of the surrounding ridges and valleys. This is where we decided to have a nice little lunch spot. Always remember to pack in and pack out. There aren't any trash cans along this trail, so you gotta pack everything back out with you. And then once you make your way back over to the main trail, you'll see the Middle Knob Fire Tower, which is no longer in use and it's blocked off, so you can't go up the ladder or anything, but you can walk under it and you can check it out from the ground. You'll continue walking for 5 minutes or less past that fire tower until you make it to the Great Channels. So these are the Great Channels. Geologists believe that these formed from ice wedging, also known as frost wedging. This is a physical weathering process where water will seep down into the cracks of the rock. It then freezes, and when it freezes, it expands, which breaks parts of the rock apart, and it keeps trickling down. The freeze-thaw process will gradually widen these cracks and dislodge more fragments of rock, creating these channels that exist today. So we spent some time exploring the channels. We saw a bunch of those handprints that people put on the rock wall there. I saw some interesting geological features in the rock bedding. And my favorite part was this tree. Look how beautiful that root is growing right over the rock, and there's just this magnificent tree growing right on top of a sandstone boulder. It was a lot of fun, and it felt very adventurous to walk around this maze-like system through the sandstone. It is a pretty big area. We spent about 15 minutes here, and we definitely did not go down every single alley and little section of the maze. We did see another family here, and we kept going around a corner and then seeing them again, so that was kind of funny that we were all just exploring on our own, but we kept running into each other. There was a bit further that we could have gone, but because we had Sierra, our 1-year-old, with us, we decided to just spend a little bit of time there and then begin our trek back down. After wrapping up our time exploring the channels, we just went back the way we came because it was an out and back type of hike. On the way back, most of the hike is downhill, and you're seeing a lot of the same stuff you saw on the way up, just from a different direction now because you're heading east to go back to the parking lot. As I mentioned earlier, this hike took us about 4 hours to do. We were a bit slower because we had the baby with us this day and wanted to give her some breaks and let her walk for a bit, and we also took that lunch break. But overall, I highly recommend this hike. I would definitely do it again. I'd say the hike is safe if you have kids, as long as you are careful with them when you go out to the vista viewpoint, and whenever you're in the channels, just try to keep everybody together so you don't lose anyone. Thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching our experience hiking the channels in Virginia. If you have done this hike, let me know what you thought of it. And if you're planning a trip here and have questions for me, you can leave a comment below and I'll answer to the best of my knowledge. Have a wonderful day and happy travels.